What's up, Met fans? Welcome back. Talking Mets with Rob, episode 9. How's everybody doing? I know you're excited because guess what, Met fans? The New York Mets have acquired Francisco Lindor and Carlos Carrasco from the Cleveland Indians. That's right. Big trade. Lindor is a Met, everybody. This is huge news. This is what Met fans been waiting for. This is what I've been waiting for. This is what we thought the new Cohen Mets era will be. We got him. The deal is done. We gave up Rosario. We gave up Jimenez. We gave up Josh Wolf and Isaiah Green. 4 players, 2 majors, 2 minors. I was a little shocked that both shortstops were in on a deal, Rosario and Jimenez, but there is no way you can be mad about this at all if you're a Met fan. Guys, you cannot be mad about this at all. Why? You're getting a 27-year-old all-star. He's been an all-star since 2016. He's a superstar. He's one of the best players in baseball. He's a switch hitter, great defensively, has an upbeat personality, going to be great in the clubhouse. It's a big deal, guys. Francisco Lindor is a Met. I wanted to wait a little bit before I did the video, so everybody can listen to Sandy Alderson and Jared Porter during the interview, talk about the trade. But nobody should be mad about this trade. This is what we were looking for. What I liked about this is that nobody knew about this at all. You heard rumors about Sugano, Bauer, Springer, Han, this trade, this acquisition, blah, 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 everything. You did not hear a peep out of anybody from the Indians and the Mets front office. I want to give kudos to the Mets organization for keeping this on the wraps. For so many years, you heard so many leaks from this organization. You didn't hear nothing at all. According to Sandy Alderson during the interview, this was really starting to heat up again Monday, and then it was finalized today on Thursday. What Sandy was saying was this was going on before the holiday break. They've been talking about it, but it heated up on Monday, and then it got done today. This is probably the top 5, if not better, trade in New York Mets history. You can talk about Cespedes. You can talk about Keith Hernandez trade. You can talk about the Gary Carter trade, the Mike Piazza trade. This is one of those big time acquisitions and trades that the Mets has ever made in their history. There is no question about it. Now, we don't know what's going to happen with this Lindor trade. It seems like the Mets will probably sign him to extension because it's a lot of players to give up. It's basically all of our shortstops at the major league level that we gave up. So I really think they have an idea. And as Andy said, they spoke to Lindor. So I think they have a pretty good idea that they're gonna try to all they can to sign him. So it's a big deal. So going back a little more about with Lindor, there's no question he's one of the best shortstops in baseball. There's no reason to worry about that at all, guys. At all. It's so important to realize that we got an all-star, a Met, a superstar. It's a big deal, guys. Nobody should be upset. Now, talking about the biggest trade in Mets history, one of them, we don't know how this is going to pan out. We don't know if the Mets are going to be a World Series team, couple of World Series, playoffs every year. We don't know. But just looking at it on paper, this is one of the top 5 deals in Mets history. Now, I put the Gary Carter Keith Hernandez trade as 1-2 because that did bring us a championship in '86. Mike Piazza, I would put number 3 because he did get us to a World Series. He put us on the map in the late '90s, early 2000s. And then number 4 is the Cespedes deal in 2015. When we acquired Cespedes, that was a big deal. He put the Mets team on his shoulders and got us into the playoffs. And then we know what happened there. We got to the World Series. We lost, but we got there. This trade, I'm gonna rank it number 5 right now, and that's because we don't know how it's gonna turn out. Is it gonna mean multiple championships? Is it gonna be playoffs for the next 5, 6, 7 years in a row? We don't really know. But I'm putting it at 5 right now, but it can become number 1 very quickly because we got a superstar. We got one of the best shortstops the Mets has ever had in their history. You can go with Jose Reyes. He was probably one of the best all-around player. Lindor is the best. We got an all-star caliber player, switch hitter, 27 years old. You got to think about this. Even if the Mets signed him to 10 years, he would be 37 years old when the contract ends. If we give him a 10-year deal, he would probably be great for 7 of those years. I take that in a heartbeat. Come on, guys. I mean, let's go. I'm ready. Now, when it comes to Carrasco, he's older. I get that. 34 years old. But he's a really good pitcher. He had a really good year last year. I know it was a shortened season, but I'm looking at it right now. He had the ERA is, let me see. I'm trying to check right now. It was like a little under 2, let's see, 2.9 ERA in 12 starts. He was 3-4. Now they didn't really have a great season, Cleveland, right away. They started off really slow, but we came back from we had cancer, leukemia, came back from that, pitched really well in 2020. So I mean, it's a big deal, guys. I mean, there's nothing about it. We got a pitcher in the rotation that could be a number 3 type guy, really good pitcher. He's a clutch player. He pitched well in the playoffs. I tell you right now, guys, I was working when this trade went down. My phone was buzzing like crazy. I didn't know what the hell was going on. I thought something was going on with this whole craziness that was going on in Washington the other day, yesterday. But I saw it. I looked at my phone at work and I'm like, oh shit, we just got Lindor. Now the notification was like Mets got Lindor and Carrasco. Didn't say who we gave up. So I'm like, was it Davis? Was it Nimmo? Was it Rosario? Or a combination of those guys? And then when I saw it, I'm like, Rosario and Jimenez at Wolf and Green. I'm like, okay, where are they gonna play? I get it. It was probably the deal probably had to get done if you pushed Jimenez into that deal. So it seemed like Cleveland, to get this deal done, probably had to throw Jimenez in there with the Mets. So I'm assuming the Mets were trying to keep Jimenez, as Sandy even said during the press conference. He was trying to keep Jimenez out. But if you really think about it, yeah, Jimenez could have played third, second every now and then when McNeil wanted to play third, stuff like that. But you just cannot be excited about getting Lindor. I mean, if you're not excited and you're mad about what we gave up, then what the hell are we doing? Do you want the Wilpons back? Because this trade would have never happened with the Wilpons. Tell you that right now. Because there would be no way we give up this much and not being able to sign Lindor. I mean, I'm really excited. I think you can tell. This is amazing to me. So what is next? Now, I think with this trade right now with Lindor and Carrasco, I think the Mets are out on Bauer, which I'm okay with. Maybe they're gonna probably bolster up the bullpen with Hand, and it seems like they've been interested the last couple of days with Hand a lot more. And maybe they'll go get Jake Odorizzi to solidify the rotation or Taijuan Walker, but I think Bauer's out now. Now, what's interesting is are Sandy and the Mets gonna still be aggressive when it comes to George Springer? what Sandy said, it seems like they were 50-50 on that, the way they were talking. But I still feel like if they can get him at the number that they want, they can get Springer. But if we don't get Springer, and maybe we're looking at Jackie Bradley Jr. at center field, bringing Lindor in, that's a big bat in our lineup. So I'm not really worried about putting another bat in this lineup. Because you got bats in this lineup now. You got Lindor, you got Alonso, you got McNeil, you got Conforto, you got Nimmo, you even got Dominic Smith, you got James McCann behind the plate. This team and this lineup is dangerous just with Lindor there. So I'm not gonna cry about the Mets going after Jackie Bradley Jr., making sure that up the middle defensively we're great with Lindor and McNeil at short and second, putting Jackie Bradley Jr. In center field. McCann behind the plate. Up the middle was solid defensively, very solid defensively. So I'm not gonna worry about that. That's only gonna help our rotation. So you gotta really understand that. Don't get upset if they don't go out and get Springer now. But I do think they're gonna be giving Springer the number, the years, and the amount the Mets are comfortable with. And if he don't take it, all right, let's go after Jackie Bradley. Let's go. Now, if we don't get Jackie Bradley Jr. and we're going to keep Nimmo, and most likely Dominic Smith's going to play left field, JD Davis at third. So, what does that mean? That means the outfield defense is not going to be as good. But if you think about it, what if this is all we do? We get Brad Hand to solidify that bullpen. It's a really good bullpen right now. If you get Hand along with May, it's a really good bullpen. But with the rotation, if we get, if this is all we do from here on out, including Hand in the bullpen, are you okay with DeGrom, Stroman, Carrasco, Peterson, and pick a fifth starter? Would it be Matz? Would it be somebody else? We got it. Really, it's good, but it's not going to be very good. Yes, Syndergaard should be coming back around May or June, so I'm not going to worry too much. But as we've seen in years past, the beginning of the season, if the Mets come out slow, they have to fight the rest of the year, especially in the second half, to come back to get into the playoffs. I want to start off strong. I really want to start off strong. I don't want to keep on, playing back and forth with these early season woes and not coming out strong out of the gate, because it killed us the last couple of years. It really has. So I really think that it's important to really get going in the beginning of the season. So as good as this rotation could be, it won't be. I don't think it'll be great, but I really think it will. Sorry, my microphone. But I think we have to get out to a really good start. And can we afford to just have this rotation, as I just said, without Syndergaard until Syndergaard comes back in May or June, possibly June? And are we going to have an early part of the year where we're struggling because of the rotation? No matter how good the offense is, do we have to score 5, 6 runs a game to win a game? You know, can we trust the bullpen? Can we trust the rotation after DeGrom? I don't know. So I think if we can probably open the pocketbooks a little bit and get Jake Odorizzi or Tyrone Walker to solidify that rotation, I feel a little more comfortable. But at this moment, Max is our fifth starter. Are you comfortable with that? Maybe Max, would turn it around, but can we trust? Can we trust that? I don't know. Cause I I tell you right now, guys, I'm wondering if we can go into the season with just this rotation. It's a little scary to me. So, I really think we're out on Bauer. I don't think there's any way unless Bauer comes out and he really wants to come here and, change it and, come into this Mets team and says, I really want to be with this team. Look what the Mets are doing. You know, I don't want $36 million. I want 28, 29, maybe 30. So I really think it's really important for the Mets to not just stop here. Can we, are we going to get Springer? It's it could go either way. I don't think the Mets are going to overpay now for Springer since we got Lindor. So it kind of makes sense that the Mets are probably not going to say, all right, whatever you want, Springer, let's go. I think they're going to have a number, have him on the years, and says, if you want to come here, let's go. Look what we're doing over here. If you don't want it, go to Toronto. Have fun. So if we can get one more solid arm in the rotation, I really think this team is not just a playoff team, not just an NL East contender or a National League contender. This team can legitimately make the World Series. There is no doubt about it. I mean, this lineup is dangerous. If we can guarantee that DeGrom's probably going to be really good, probably Cy Young pitcher for maybe the next 2-3 years. If you have Stroman, who's on a contract year again, so he's very motivated, can he be that big number 2 until Syndergaard comes back? You got Carrasco, 34 years old, up there in age, but I still think he's very good. And Peterson, who showed that he can pitch in the major leagues. I really think this team can be a World Series contender. There's no doubt about it at all. And I think you guys can agree. I know all you Met fans are really excited right now. And I know one question you guys are asking, what is next? Because this gets you excited. It shows that the Mets are in it. They're not playing games. They're not bullshitting anymore. They're in it right now. This is what we were waiting for. No doubt about it. Just imagine in a week, who knows, maybe even sooner. For all we know, they're talking to Springer right now and saying, hey guys, let's get Springer. We don't know. Nobody had any idea this trade was going down at all. It seemed like it was a strong possibility the Mets weren't going to go after Lindor at all. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, our phones were bouncing off a storm, making all these noises and all these notifications. Hey, we got Lindor. Where the hell did this come from? Nobody heard of it. So I'm extremely happy. I know you guys are. What is next with this team? It I can't wait for I can't wait for spring. I can't wait for pitchers and catchers to come. A month away. I'm ready, guys. I tell you right now. Like, I'm praying this vaccine helps this country get back to normal because I want to go to games. I don't want to be at 25% capacity. I don't want 50% capacity. I want 100%. Just imagine opening day in 2021. Oh shit. Just imagine opening up in Washington. Because Met fans always come out strong at Washington at Nationals Park. I mean, it's going to be crazy. The Met fans hasn't been not a lot of fans at all, until the playoffs in 2020. But just imagine Citi Field. We haven't been there since September of 2019. I mean, Met fans are going to be insanely crazy opening day at Citi Field. Just crazy. I can't wait. I'm ready. If there's a way, if we're allowed to have spring training when we're supposed to in February and fans are allowed, I'm hopping on a plane to Port St. Lucie. Let's go. I can't wait to buy my Lindor jersey. I'm ready. I'm waiting for the Lindor bobblehead already. I'm ready. I'm excited. This is the new era of the New York Mets. It's the Cohen era. I'm so excited, guys. I can't believe we made this trade. It's a done deal. What is next? Is it Springer? Is it Bauer? I don't think so, but who knows? What the hell? Can anybody believe that we got Lindor? It was a pipe dream. It's just I'm very excited. It shows that the Mets are in it to win it right now. The Mets are not playing games. The front office is not playing games. Cohen is not playing games. And you know what Cohen can do whatever he wants on Twitter. I don't care anymore. He approved it. He said, let's go do it." It happened. Lindor's a Met. I'm pretty confident the Mets will sign him to an extension. Probably before the season. I wouldn't be surprised. Uh, I'm just, I'm just, as a Met fan, we don't see this. This is not what the Mets do. But you know what? Now it's what they do. So be confident, Met fans. This ownership, this front office is dedicated to making the team better no matter what it takes. You know, all the years before with the Wilpons, it always like, oh, they made this deal. It's probably that's it. We need this other piece, but we're probably not going to get it because we got this person. That's not the case anymore. The New York Mets are a World Series contender. Now, teams in the majors see that the Mets will go after the guy if they want him. If there's a need, they will get him. Now, the Braves are looking over their shoulder. They'll be like, oh shit, the Mets are serious. The Phillies haven't really done anything. The Nationals got Bell, but how good are they going to be? Seriously, this puts us at the top of the NL. We're probably a top 5 team in the National League right now, behind the Dodgers, the Padres, the Braves. Depending on who you could be maybe 4 or 5, but we're definitely in the mix in the playoffs. There's no doubt about it. Everybody stays healthy, we're going to be a playoff team, and I'm excited. So the acquisitions so far for the Mets in the offseason has been Trevor May, James McCann, Carlos Carrasco, and the big one, Francisco Lindor. Those are big. That's a big move. Now, I don't care that we didn't get JT Realmuto. James McCann is perfectly fine. I'm really happy that Sandy and the front office made this deal. It shows that we're in it. We're not playing. I know I keep on repeating myself, but as you know, guys, being excited as a Met fan is far and few between. We don't get this very often. And just to know that this Cohen's been the owner for a couple of months, and to show that he's already making a difference with this team, but not just 2021, but for the next couple of years, for the next 5, 6, 7, 8 years, he's put this team in a position to be a contender every year. And that's extremely important, especially with the age of DeGrom, who might have 3 great years left. He might still be good, 4, 5, 6 years from now, but he's going to be great probably for the next 2 to 3 years. You have to capitalize on it. You can't keep on making him go to waste and winning Cy Youngs, and the Mets are winning 80 games. I mean, this is why this trade is important, not just for this year, but for the coming years. And that's including if the Mets get Springer. Springer's probably going to be a center field for maybe 2, 3 years. But that's the window Cohen was talking about, 3 to 5 years, where this team can really be a contender this year, next year, the year after that. So, guys, I'm extremely excited. Thank you guys for listening. I can't wait for more things to come. Hopefully, I'm doing another episode saying we got Springer. But to cap it off, the New York Mets made a trade for Francisco Lindor and Carlos Carrasco for Ahmed Rosario, Andres Jimenez, Josh Wolf, and Isaiah Green. Guys, I'm extremely excited. I know you guys are. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to subscribe on my YouTube channel. Listen to the podcast. Let's go Mets, baby. See you next time.